Alex Conant, Communications Director for the Rubio team. And how you doing, Alex?
I'm good. Thanks.
Des Moines to Manchester, here we go. We were just talking during the commercial break. It is a very difficult thing, even for the campaigns, to try and figure out where New Hampshire is going to decide today.
Yeah.
Other than the sheer number of candidates and the diversity you see out there, why else? Or what else are the factors that make it so difficult for people?
Well, it's a crowded field, and you have a lot of governors who, the governors in particular, who have gone all in New Hampshire. I mean, they basically have to win tonight or strongly exceed expectations in order for them to continue. Meanwhile, you have candidates like Marco Rubio, who's campaigning in all 50 states. You have Ted Cruz, who came into the state having won Iowa. And then you have Donald Trump, who's led here for months on end. He, right around 30%. That seems immovable. It seems like he's all but certain to win tonight. So there is a lot of uncertainty going in tonight. I can tell you, we feel good about our place. We feel like we're coming into the primary tonight with some momentum. We've had huge crowds in the last 48 hours. That Martha, when she was traveling with Marco yesterday, saw some of those huge crowds. Fundraising at marcorubio.com is through the roof. And then we've seen conservatives like Rush Limbaugh, Mark Levin, Eric Erickson rally to Marco's support after the pundits were critical of his debate performance.
And speaking of that debate, it has been a big part of the story here for the past 48 hours, and not all flattering. And I'm just wondering how you're seeing that right now, whether or not that's going to be a drag when the results come out.
Obviously, some of the D.C. punditry was very critical of it. I think the viewers at home, voters, the candidate that they saw on Saturday night, they liked him. And that's why the one poll that we have seen since the debate, Marco actually went up a little bit since the debate, and why we've seen so much fundraising at marcorubio.com since the debate. They saw Marco answer the issue of life in a very passionate way. They saw the back and forth he had with Martha Raddatz on national security. Nobody understands national security in the 21st century like Marco Rubio does, and he proved it on Saturday night. And his definition of what it means to be a conservative in the 21st century was something that was roundly applauded on talk radio yesterday.
Though, that moments stick in people's minds. Yeah. And that was a moment early in the debate. Why not take it and turn it back on Governor Christie? Well, it's why not come back and say, what about what I just said do you disagree with?
It's what Marco believes, right? Marco believes that Barack Obama is fundamentally
I get it. He believes it. But just looking in the rearview mirror, why not say, Governor Christie, what do you disagree about what I just said?
Because this campaign is not about Chris Christie. This campaign is about what kind of a country are we going to have in the 21st century. Marco didn't come to that debate to go in and attack other Republicans. Obviously, a lot of the other candidates on the stage were there to attack Marco. But Marco was there talking about why he was running for president, what kind of country he wants to leave for his children. That's what he stayed focused on doing. That's what he did on the campaign trail yesterday. That's what he's going to keep doing every day for the rest of the campaign until we win in November.
Quick final point here then. In Iowa, you had a big story. A lot of people did not see the momentum in the final 48 hours. It is difficult to see that momentum in New Hampshire. Not to suggest that it's not there, but it's hard to find it.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with that factor internally as a campaign, what do you say to each other?
Well, we want to finish in the top tier. We recognize this is going to be a long campaign. Tomorrow morning, I'm getting on a plane with Marco, and we're flying to South Carolina, where we're going to have a tough campaign there, too. So it's going to be another competitive race. And then we're on to Nevada, and then the March states. It's going to be a long campaign. But we feel good about our place in the race here in New Hampshire. This is about accumulating delegates. We got 7 delegates in Iowa, the same as Donald Trump. Ted Cruz only got 1 more delegate than us. We're going to hopefully get some more delegates tonight, and then on to the other states. It's going to be a long campaign. We feel really good about our place.
When you say the top tier, you mean the top 3, I'm assuming, correct?
We want to be in the top tier. It depends how the other candidates do. I think there's much more pressure on the governors tonight who have gone all in. They've made hundreds of thousands of voter contacts. I think Jeb Bush spent something in the order of $10 million attacking Marco Rubio in this state alone in the last couple of weeks. The other and Chris Christie's basically running for governor of New Hampshire. He's abandoned New Jersey and come here. So those candidates, there's a lot of pressure on them tonight. We want to finish in the top tier, and then we'll see everyone in South Carolina.
We shall see. 8 o'clock Eastern time, in all likelihood. We're probably going to be able to perhaps make a call or two.
It's going to be a good night.
Alex, thank you. Good luck, all right? You bet.